I'm Andrea Dominguez. I work at Prudential Financial and I'm a Security Threat Analyst. Prudential Financial is a large financial company that does investments, 401k and retirement accounts, as well as asset management. My job involves a lot of incident handling. So what that would mean in terms of security is if a computer gets infected with some sort of malware, and what that means is any kind of virus, worms, like there's a lot of names for them, but basically it's some sort of malicious code that gets into our network, into a user's computer. We have to go and we have to handle it. We have to make sure that it's completely gone before that computer is back on the network. I went to school at Dickinson College in Pennsylvania. I went there because I wanted to experience the liberal arts education, which wasn't available in El Paso at that point in time. And I ended up studying Japanese when I arrived in college, among other subjects. But my main focus was on East Asia and languages. So the way I got started out with Prudential was I found out that they were hiring, and it was a brand new office location. Basically, they had like 10 employees. I didn't know this at the time, but that's what was happening. I submitted my resume, and the recruiter called me and said, hey, listen, I know you don't have any experience in IT, but would you like to come interview for an IT-related position? The hiring manager is in town this week, so if you could come talk to her just for like 30 minutes or so, just come in, talk to her, see what it's about, and see if you're interested. It ended up being like an hour-long interview. And we just talked back and forth. She asked me, like, what do you think IT is? What do you think information security is? And I gave her just like honest answers about the way I saw it, because I'm already like a technology geek. So I read up on a lot of stuff anyways. So I happened to know stuff that was relevant to the job already. And she said, this is great, let's move on with the next stage, the next interviews. And that's kind of how I got started. In my job, what we do is basically we try to combat hackers and malicious people trying to cause harm to our company by various means. And I'm sure you've heard of all the like hacking stories like Target, Home Depot, the OPM. So those were kind of big hacks and everyone heard about them, but what people don't realize is this is constantly happening. Like there's always a battle going on, and it's kind of quiet and no one hears about it because companies don't want people to hear about these battles that they're fighting every day, but they're very real. What I do, my part in that battle is incident response. So if we get notified about something happening, for example, a Trojan or a virus coming in to our network through a user that might have, I don't know, maybe he or she went to a website that was infected and then they got infected with that malware, we have to go in, and a lot of times antivirus isn't enough to really handle these higher level threats, so we have to go in and investigate, shut down their computer, we have to take away their computer and clean it up completely so that we make sure that there's no more infection. I think for most people, if you want to get into information security or any kind of IT-related field, you should go to college and you should at least get a good basis in computer science. But you do have to study a lot of math and science. And another path would be what I'm doing, which is IT security, and that's really cool because you can do all kinds of things. Like I said, you could try to learn how to hack websites, how to hack networks. You can learn about basically a lot of networking related subjects, and you learn everything across the board. You learn about like the hardware, you learn about the software, and you get to, you kind of wear a lot of hats if you're in security. So that, to me, that's like a really good option. There are endless opportunities within information security, and my job is just one small portion of it. Andrea Dominguez, I am STEAM.